Hello dear students, welcome to biology class, and in this video I am dealing with 14th chapter in the 11th PU syllabus. It is respiration in plants. The topic is related to method of respiration, how it occurs in the plants, which is the cell organelle of respiration, and how ATP molecules are synthesized. About that you are going to study in the topic respiration in higher plants. So let us move to the details of the topic. What is respiration and how it is represented? Respiration is defined as oxidation of food materials, that is breaking of carbon-carbon bonds of complex molecules within the cell to release energy for ATP synthesis is called cellular respiration. In one word, the respiration can be defined as exact opposite process of photosynthesis. In the previous videos we have studied, in the previous online class I explained about the photosynthesis. Carbon dioxide and water are the raw materials. Using them green plants synthesize the complex organic molecules, especially the starch or sucrose. But respiration is exactly opposite process to that of photosynthesis. In this process, the complex molecules which are consumed as food by organisms or which is synthesized in the plant body, those complex molecules are broken down. Whatever the bonds are present between the complex molecules, those bonds are broken down for the production, for the synthesis of ATP molecule. It is called respiration. So breaking the bonds between the carbon-carbon compound, carbon-carbon atom, the energy is synthesized in the form of ATP, and this process is called respiration. This energy, that means whatever the ATP molecule is produced during the respiration, that energy is used for all other activities such as absorption, especially for the absorption of ions. They are the charged particles, and the movement of ions across the cell membrane, it requires energy in the form of ATP. Even for transport, for movement, for reproduction and for breathing also. The energy which is produced in the form of ATP during the respiration, that ATP molecule is used for the different activities, so that the respiration is important as it is producing the ATP molecule. Overall reaction for respiration can be represented like this. Glucose is the very chief source of energy. In the presence of 6 molecules of oxygen, the glucose is broken down. It produces 6 molecules of carbon dioxide, 6 molecules of water, along with the production of ATP molecule. ಇದನ್ನು ರಿವರ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದರೆ, ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನನ್ನು ರಿವರ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿ ಹೇಳಿದರೆ, ಇದು ಫೋಟೋಸಿಂಥಸಿಸನ್ನು ರೀಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ. Carbon dioxide and water are the raw material. End products are sucrose, starch and oxygen. But here the process is completely opposite to that of photosynthesis. The glucose molecule is broken down in the presence of oxygen with the liberation of carbon dioxide and water, and the main product of respiration is energy in the form of ATP, and that energy is used for doing other activities or other functions. So this is the definition and reaction for the representation of respiration. Then moving to the next one. Here in the image you can see a very simple schematic representation. This is the chloroplast. In the chloroplast, water and carbon dioxide are converted into starch in the presence of light energy. The phenomenon is photosynthesis. The product of the photosynthesis is glucose. The product of the photosynthesis is oxygen. Both of them are entering into mitochondria. What is this structure? This is nothing but mitochondria. Hope you remember, mitochondria is a site of cellular respiration, aerobic respiration. What is that aerobic respiration? When the respiration occurs in the presence of oxygen, by utilizing the oxygen, the respiration is called aerobic respiration. And finally, the glucose molecule and oxygen, especially glucose molecule, is broken down in the presence of oxygen in the mitochondria with the liberation of energy in the form of, with the synthesis of energy in the form of ATP, and this is the main process of respiration. ಫೋಟೋಸಿಂಥಸಿಸ್ಸಿಗೆ ಕ್ಲೋರೋಪ್ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಇನ್ವಾಲ್ವ್ ಆದರೆ ಏರೋಬಿಕ್ ರೆಸ್ಪಿರೇಷನ್ನಿಗೆ ಮೈಟೋಕಾಂಡ್ರಿಯಾ ಇನ್ವಾಲ್ವ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಮೈಟೋಕಾಂಡ್ರಿಯಾ ಒಳಗೆ ಗ್ಲುಕೋಸ್ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲು ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ಪ್ರೆಸೆನ್ಸ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಆಗೋದನ್ನೇ ನಾವು ರೆಸ್ಪಿರೇಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಎಂಡ್ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಬಟ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಫ್ ATP. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ದ ಮೈಟೋಕಾಂಡ್ರಿಯಾ are called the powerhouse of the cell. They synthesizes the ATP and they supply ATP molecule for doing other functions. Avaglane helde, like the reproduction, transport, absorption, all the processes which are dependent on energy, they utilize the ATP molecule synthesized in the mitochondria. This is the simple representation to show how photosynthesis and cellular respiration are dependent and how they are different from each other. Photosynthesis ಒಳಗೆ ಗ್ಲುಕೋಸು ಸಿಂಥಸೈಸ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಚ್ ಈಸ್ ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಬಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಮೇಡ್ ಅಪ್ ಆಫ್ ಗ್ಲುಕೋಸ್. ಬಟ್ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ photosynthesis is oxidized during respiration in the mitochondria. Okay. Compounds that are oxidized during respiration are called respiratory substrates. You need to remember this definition. The compounds which are oxidized during respiration are called respiratory substrate. ಅಂದರೆ ಯಾವ ಆರ್ಗ್ಯಾನಿಕ್ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್ಸು ರೆಸ್ಪಿರೇಷನ್ ನಡೆದಾಗ ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಡೌನ್ ಆಗ್ತವೆ ಅವಕ್ಕೆ ಏನಂತ ಕರೀತಾರ? ರೆಸ್ಪಿರೇಟರಿ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟ್ರೇಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಸ್ಪೆಷಲಿ ದ ಚೀಫ್ ರೆಸ್ಪಿರೇಟರಿ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟ್ರೇಟ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಬಟ್ carbohydrates, especially glucose. It is the most common respiratory substrate. Even proteins are broken down during the respiration, fats are broken down during the respiration, even organic acids are also broken down during the respiration. So any compound which is oxidized during the respiration, oxygen presence ಒಳಗೆ ಯಾವುದು ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಆಗ್ಲಿಕ್ಕತ್ತದ ರೆಸ್ಪಿರೇಷನ್ ಒಳಗೆ, all those compounds are called respiratory substrate. ನೀವು ರೆಸ್ಪಿರೇಟರಿ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟ್ರೇಟಿಗೆ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಕೊಡ್ರಿ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಕಾರ್ಬೋಹೈಡ್ರೇಟ್, ಪ್ರೋಟೀನ್, ಫ್ಯಾಟ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಆರ್ಗ್ಯಾನಿಕ್ ಆಸಿಡ್ಸ್. All these are the respiratory substrates which are oxidized during the respiration and where we can see the production of ATP molecule. Then the energy released is not used directly but it is used to synthesize ATP. When energy is needed, ATP is broken down. Hence ATP acts as energy currency of a cell. One more point to remember, another point highlighted or another point to remember compulsorily. ಈ ಆರ್ಗ್ಯಾನಿಕ್ ಕಾಂಪೌಂಡ್ಗಳು ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಡೌನ್ ಆದಾಗ, ದಟ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ವೆನ್ ರೆಸ್ಪಿರೇಟರಿ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟ್ರೇಟ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ broken down. So respiratory substrate may be carbohydrate, or the respiratory substrate may be protein, it may be fat, or it may be organic acid. ಯಾವುದೇ ರೆಸ್ಪಿರೇಟರಿ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟ್ರೇಟು ರೆಸ್ಪಿರೇಷನ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಡೌನ್ ಆದಾಗ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಏನು ರಿಲೀಸ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ, ಎನರ್ಜಿ ರಿಲೀಸ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಬಟ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಈಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಫ್ ಎ ಟಿ ಪಿ. ಸೊ ಒಮ್ಮೆಲೇ ಎ ಟಿ ಪಿನೇ ರಿಲೀಸ್ ಆಗ್ತದೇನು ಅಂದರೆ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಎನರ್ಜಿ ರಿಲೀಸ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಬಾಂಡ್ ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಆದಾಗ ಆ ಎನರ್ಜಿನ ಮೈಟೋಕಾಂಡ್ರಿಯಾ ಯುಟಿಲೈಸ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ಏನನ್ನು ಸಿಂಥಸೈಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ, ಎ ಟಿ ಪಿ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್ಗಳನ್ನು ಸಿಂಥಸೈಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ. ಎಡಿನೋಸೈನ್ ಟ್ರೈಫಾಸ್ಫೇಟ್. ವೆನ್ ಎ ಟಿ ಪಿ ಈಸ್ ಬ್ರೋಕನ್ ಡೌನ್, ಎ ಟಿ ಪಿ ಒಳಗಿಂದು ಒಂದೊಂದೇ ಫಾಸ್ಫೇಟನ್ನು ರಿಮೂವ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ರಿಲೀಸ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಈಸ್ ಯುಟಿಲೈಸ್ಡ್ ಡ್ಯೂರಿಂಗ್ ಡಿಫರೆಂಟ್ activities. Then one more very important point that you need to remember in this particular part of the explanation is which one is called energy currency of a cell. Energy currency of a cell is nothing but ATP, because it provides energy for all the activities of a cell. So ATP is called ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಕರೆನ್ಸಿ ಆಫ್ ಎ ಸೆಲ್. ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಕರೆನ್ಸಿ ಅಂತ ಯಾವುದಕ್ಕೆ ಕರೀತಾರೆ, ಯಾಕೆ ಕರೀತಾರೆ, ಎರಡೂ ನಿಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರಬೇಕು. ಎ ಟಿ ಪಿ ಇಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಕರೆನ್ಸಿ ಆಫ್ ಎ ಸೆಲ್, ದೆನ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಸೋ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಪ್ರೊವೈಡ್ಸ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಫಾರ್ ಆಲ್ ದ ಆಕ್ಟಿವಿಟೀಸ್. ಹೆನ್ಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ನೋನ್ ಆಸ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಕರೆನ್ಸಿ ಆಫ್ ಎ ಸೆಲ್. ದೆನ್ ಮೂವಿಂಗ್ ಟು ದ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್, ಬ್ರೀದಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ಸ್. ಸಿ, we show the breathing, animals are also showing the breathing. Namage we have some separate system for the purpose of breathing. Even lower animals, other animals are also having specific system for the breathing. Then question is, how do plants show the breathing? How plants exchange their gases? So for respiration, plants are also dependent on oxygen. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಥರಾನೇ ರೆಸ್ಪಿರೇಷನನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತವೆ. ಡೇ ಟೈಮ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಡೈಆಕ್ಸೈಡು ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ ಬಾಡಿನ ಎಂಟರ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ, ನೈಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ಎಂಟರ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ದೇ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಲಿಬರೇಟ್ ದ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಡೈಆಕ್ಸೈಡ್. ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ಸ್ ಗೆಟ್ ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಗಿವ್ ಔಟ್ ದ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಡೈಆಕ್ಸೈಡ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇನ್ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ಸ್ this gaseous exchange or the breathing occurs through the structures like stomata or the structures like lenticels. Lenticels and stomata are the structures involved in the exchange of gases. The epidermis of the leaf contain many minute openings called stomata, and through the stomata only the gaseous exchange takes place. But in secondary growth ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಆಗ್ತದೆ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಎಪಿಡರ್ಮಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ರೀಪ್ಲೇಸ್ಡ್ ಬೈ ಪೆರಿಡರ್ಮ್, ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಲೆಂಟಿಸೆಲ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ತಾವೆ. and these lenticels are also found on the nematophores. They are nothing but breathing roots found in the halophytes or the plants which are growing in salt rich area. So stomata and lenticels are the structures through which gaseous exchange occur in case of the plants, and these are the structures which are involved in the breathing. They help in the exchange of gases. Then moving to the important bit of the chapter, how many types are there in the respiration? First of all, ಟೈಪ್ಸ್ ಏನಾರೆ ಅವನ ಒಂದು ವೇಳೆ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಅವು ಯಾವುವು? ಆನ್ ದ ಬೇಸಿಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಅವೈಲಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಆಫ್ ದ ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ complete or incomplete oxidation of respiratory substrate, the respiration is classified into two types. ಎರಡು ಥರದ ರೆಸ್ಪಿರೇಷನನ್ನು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಡಿವೈಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ. ಅವೈಲೇಬಿಲಿಟಿ, ರೆಸ್ಪಿರೇಷನ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ನು ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗ್ಲಿಕ್ಕತ್ತದೋ ಇಲ್ಲೋ, ಯುಟಿಲೈಸ್ ಆಗ್ಲಿಕ್ಕತ್ತದೋ ಇಲ್ಲೋ, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ಅವೈಲೇಬಲ್ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ರೆಸ್ಪಿರೇಷನ್ ನಡೀತದೋ ಅಥವಾ ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ಅವೈಲೇಬಲ್ ಇರದೇ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ರೆಸ್ಪಿರೇಷನ್ ನಡೀತದೋ. Then complete or incomplete oxidation of respiratory substrate. What is that respiratory substrate? The organic compound which is broken down during the respiration are called the respiratory substrates. It may be carbohydrate, it may be protein, it may be fat, or it may be organic acid. ಆ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್ಗಳು ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಆಗ್ಲಿಕ್ಕತ್ತಾವೋ ಅಥವಾ ಇನ್ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಆಗ್ಲಿಕ್ಕತ್ತಾವೋ, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ಅವೈಲೇಬಲ್ ಅದನೋ ಇಲ್ಲೋ, ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನಿಗೆ ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗ್ಲಿಕ್ಕತ್ತದೋ ಇಲ್ಲೋ, ಡಿಪೆಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಆನ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ respiration is classified into two types. One is aerobic respiration and another is anaerobic respiration. So how many types are there in the respiration? There are two types, aerobic respiration and anaerobic respiration. When oxygen is utilized during the process of respiration, it is called aerobic respiration. Respiration ನಡಿಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಕಂಪಲ್ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ ಏನು ಯುಟಿಲೈಸ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು, ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡೇ ರೆಸ್ಪಿರೇಷನ್ ನಡೀತಿದ್ರೆ such respiration is called aerobic respiration. If the respiration utilizes the oxygen, the type of the respiration is called aerobic respiration, and here in this process the respiratory substrate is subjected to complete oxidation. ಅರ್ಧಂಬರ್ಧ ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಡೌನ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ರೆಸ್ಪಿರೇಟರಿ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟ್ರೇಟು ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ಪ್ರೆಸೆನ್ಸ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಡೌನ್ ಆಗೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಆಕ್ಸಿಡೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಫುಡ್ ಈಸ್ ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಬಟ್ containing respiratory substrate, and there is release of carbon dioxide with large amount of energy. So here it is the reaction C6H12O6 is nothing but glucose in the presence of 6 molecules of oxygen and 6 molecules of water. Enzymes which are present in cytoplasm and mitochondria, they break down. It releases 6 molecules of carbon dioxide, 12 molecules of H2O, and 686 kilocalories of energy. This much of energy is liberated during aerobic respiration. So aerobic respiration is nothing but a type of the respiration where oxygen is utilized during the process of respiration. But aerobic respiration, the advantage ಏನು ಅಂತಂದರೆ, the respiratory substrate is subjected to complete oxidation. So when respiratory substrates are completely oxidized, there will be production of more energy. ಇದರ ಅರ್ಥ ಏರೋಬಿಕ್ ರೆಸ್ಪಿರೇಷನ್ ಆದಾಗ ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ಇನ್ವಾಲ್ವ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ, ರೆಸ್ಪಿರೇಟರಿ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟ್ರೇಟು ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಡೌನ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇಟ್ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸಸ್ ಮೋರ್ ಕ್ವಾಂಟಿಟಿ ಆಫ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಅಪೋಸಿಟ್ಟು ಅನದರ್ ಮೆಥಡ್ ಆಫ್ ರೆಸ್ಪಿರೇಷನ್ ಈಸ್ ಆನ್ಏರೋಬಿಕ್ ರೆಸ್ಪಿರೇಷನ್. ಏರೋಬಿಕ್ ರೆಸ್ಪಿರೇಷನ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ಯುಟಿಲೈಸ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ ಅಂದಮೇಲೆ anaerobic respiration, there is no utilization of oxygen. ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ಇನ್ವಾಲ್ವ್ ಆದಾಗ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಆಕ್ಸಿಡೇಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ನು ಯುಟಿಲೈಸ್ ಆಗದೇ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಇನ್ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಆಕ್ಸಿಡೇಷನ್, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ರೆಸ್ಪಿರೇಷನ್ ಮೇ ಬಿ alcohol or organic acid, and the most quantity of energy is lost in the form of heat. Anaerobic respiration, oxygen is not utilized. Because of the absence of oxygen, the respiratory substrates are incompletely oxidized. Product is, it may be alcohol or it may be organic acid, lactic acid ಬರಬಹುದು, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಏನಾಗಿ ಲಾಸ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ, ಹೀಟ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಲಾಸ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಹಿಯರ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅಗೇನ್ ಗ್ಲುಕೋಸ್. ಎನ್ಸೈಮ್ಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ಆನ್ಏರೋಬಿಕ್ ರೆಸ್ಪಿರೇಷನ್ ಆರ್ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಇನ್ ಸೈಟೋಪ್ಲಾಸಮ್. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಕಂಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡೋಣ. ಏರೋಬಿಕ್ ರೆಸ್ಪಿರೇಷನ್ಗೆ ಬೇಕಾಗಿರೋ ಎನ್ಸೈಮ್ಸು, ದೇ ಆರ್ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಇನ್ ಸೈಟೋಪ್ಲಾಸಮ್ ಆಸ್ ವೆಲ್ ಆಸ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಮೈಟೋಕಾಂಡ್ರಿಯಾ. That is why mitochondria is called the site of aerobic respiration. ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಆನ್ಏರೋಬಿಕ್ ರೆಸ್ಪಿರೇಷನ್ ನಡೀತದ where there is no utilization of the oxygen, the mitochondria is absent. So here enzymes required for anaerobic respiration are present in the cytoplasm. It will produce ethyl alcohol or alcohol. 2 molecules of carbon dioxide are released, and here is, look at the liberated energy. Aerobic respiration ಒಳಗೆ 686 kilocalories of energy, and here only 21 kilocalories of energy is liberated. So which respiration is more useful? Aerobic respiration is more beneficial and useful because it produces more amount of the energy. Then question is, why the energy production is more during the aerobic respiration and why not during the anaerobic respiration? The simple answer is, during the aerobic respiration, respiratory substrates are completely oxidized so that it produces more energy, and during anaerobic respiration, as the oxygen is not utilized, the respiratory substrates are partially oxidized or incompletely oxidized. Therefore, there will be production of very less amount of energy. So these are the two types of respiration depending on the utilization of oxygen. Oxygen utilize ಆದರೆ aerobic respiration, oxygen utilize ಆಗದೇ ಇದ್ದರೆ anaerobic respiration. ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ಯುಟಿಲೈಸ್ ಆಯಿತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ರೆಸ್ಪಿರೇಟರಿ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟ್ರೇಟು ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಆಕ್ಸಿಡೈಸ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ, ಮೋರ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ವೆನ್ anaerobic respiration occur, the respiratory substrates are incompletely oxidized and it produces very less amount of energy, because maximum energy ಯಾವ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಲಾಸ್ ಆಗ್ಯದ, ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಫ್ heat. So now moving to just a comparative account between the aerobic and anaerobic respiration. What are the differences between aerobic and anaerobic respiration? Aerobic respiration, it takes place in the presence of oxygen. Here it does not require oxygen, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ anaerobic. It always releases carbon dioxide, but here is the option, it may or may not release the carbon dioxide. ಯಾಕೆ ಹಂಗೆ? anaerobic respiration ಆದಾಗ ಆಲ್ಕೋಹಾಲ್ ಬಂದರೆ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಡೈಆಕ್ಸೈಡ್ ರಿಲೀಸ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಲ್ಯಾಕ್ಟಿಕ್ ಆಸಿಡ್ ಅನ್ನೋ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ಬಂದರೆ there will be no release of carbon dioxide. It provides much more energy. Look at the number. 38 molecules of ATP are synthesized during aerobic respiration, very high amount of energy. But anaerobic respiration provides or synthesize only 2 ATP molecules. There is a difference of 36 molecules of the ATP. 38 ATP molecules are produced during aerobic respiration. Just 2 molecules of ATP are produced during anaerobic respiration. It occurs both in the cytoplasm as well as in the mitochondria. About these terms ಆಮೇಲೆ ಕಾನ್ಸಂಟ್ರೇಟ್ ಮಾಡೋಣ, ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ಇದು ಮೈಟೋಕಾಂಡ್ರಿಯಾ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಸೈಟೋಪ್ಲಾಸಮಿಗೆ ರಿಲೇಟೆಡ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಅದನ್ನು ಡೀಟೇಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ. ಜಸ್ಟ್ ರಿಮೆಂಬರ್, ಏರೋಬಿಕ್ ರೆಸ್ಪಿರೇಷನ್ನದ್ದು ಪ್ರಾಸೆಸ್ಗಳು ಅಥವಾ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ಸು ಸೈಟೋಪ್ಲಾಸಮ್ ಒಳಗೂ ಆಗ್ತವೆ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಮೈಟೋಕಾಂಡ್ರಿಯಾನಾಗೂ ಆಗ್ತವೆ. But anaerobic respiration takes place only in the cytoplasm and certain tissues and cells of higher animals. So mitochondria is not at all required for anaerobic respiration. Example, in most plants and animals, ಎಲ್ಲವೂ aerobic respiration ಮಾಡ್ತಾವೆ. Anaerobic bacteria, yeast, it is unicellular fungi. ನಿಮಗೆ ನೆನಪಿರಬಹುದು, ಈಸ್ಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಯೂಸ್ಡ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಬೇಕರಿ ಐಟಮ್ಸ್. ಬೇಕರಿ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ಗಳನ್ನು ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ನೀಡಿಂಗ್ ದ ಡೋ ಅಂದರೆ ಹಿಟ್ಟನ್ನು ಕಲಸಿ ಆದಮೇಲೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ ಮಾಡಿಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ಹೋಗಬಾರ್ದು. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಈಸ್ಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಪರ್ಫಾರ್ಮಿಂಗ್ anaerobic respiration. Muscles and Parasitic worms like Ascaris, Fascicola. Ascaris is nothing but roundworm. Fascicola is liver fluke. Tinea is tapeworm and germinating seeds. All these are muscles in the body of humans. All these are showing anaerobic respiration. So these are the things in the introductory part of the chapter that I wanted to explain. Hope the explained part is clear for you. Thank you.